Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to dive into something that's, well, literally close to all of our hearts. We're talking about the powerful connection between our delicious traditional South Indian food and, you guessed it, our cardiovascular health.
You know, it's a question we all probably ask ourselves. We absolutely love our cuisine, but at the same time, we're hearing all these warnings about health. So can we really have both? Can the food that is so much a part of our culture also be the key to keeping us healthy?
Well, I've got some fantastic news for you. The answer is a huge, resounding yes. The best part is that health experts agree our traditional diet, at its core, is packed with heart-healthy goodness. The secret isn't about abandoning our food, it's about rediscovering its authentic, healthy roots.
All right, so this is where our journey really begins. You see, while our culinary heritage is so rich and healthy, some of our modern habits and ingredients have kind of led us down the wrong path. So, it's time to get back to basics.
Okay, let's start with the good stuff. Let's celebrate the absolute superstars of our cuisine. These are the heroes that have nourished generations and really form the foundation of a truly heart-healthy way of eating.
First up on our list of heroes are amazing fermented foods. Just think about it. Those soft, fluffy steamed idlis, a crispy dosa made with just a little bit of oil, and that cooling glass of buttermilk. They're so much more than just comfort food. They are genuine probiotic powerhouses.
So what's the magic behind them? Well, that fermentation process creates something called probiotics. These are the good, beneficial bacteria that help our digestion. And when your gut is happy, it reduces inflammation throughout your body, which is a huge factor in heart disease. It's what scientists call the gut-heart axis. Basically, a healthy gut directly helps a healthy heart.
All right, next hero on our list are ancient grains, millets. For centuries, long before polished white rice was on every plate, these were our staples. We're talking about ragi, kombu, cholam, and they're making a massive comeback for a very, very good reason. And here's exactly why they're such heroes. When you compare them to white rice, millets are just packed with fiber, which is fantastic for managing cholesterol and blood sugar. Plus, they're loaded with essential minerals. Honestly, just swapping your grain is one of the most powerful changes you can make for your heart. And of course, you know we can't talk about South Indian food without talking about dal, right? Our sambar, kuttu, sundal, they're all built around these amazing plant-based proteins. They are naturally free of cholesterol and full of soluble fiber, which actually helps lower that bad LDL cholesterol. Okay, so we've celebrated our heroes. But, and you knew this was coming, now we have to face the villains. These are the modern habits and ingredients that really undermine our health and, frankly, give our wonderful cuisine a bad name sometimes. And villain number one is a big one, you guys. We're talking about all those delicious deep-fried snacks. The real danger here is in the oil, especially when it gets used over and over again. This creates trans fats, nasty, artificial fats that clog up our arteries. You combine that with a lot of salt and refined flour, and you've basically got a direct assault on your heart.
Moving on to our next villain, refined grains. Things like polished white rice and maida have been stripped of all their natural fiber. So what happens? They cause a huge spike in our blood sugar and can contribute to dangerous fat around our organs. But the swaps are so simple and powerful. Just choose brown rice, millets, or whole wheat atta instead.
Now this one is serious. The warning from doctors and nutritionists couldn't be more clear. Vanaspati or dalda is pretty much pure trans fat. There is no safe amount. It simply has no place in a heart-healthy kitchen. Period.
Okay, but what about ghee? We all loving, right? Well, while it's traditional, it's also very high in saturated fat. So for anyone who has risk factors for heart disease, the recommendation is really strict, a maximum of 1 to 2 teaspoons per day. And that's total. It's not something we should be pouring freely over our food.
Oh man, our glorious sweets. They're like a celebration in every bite. But let's be honest, they're also little bombs of sugar and fat. They cause inflammation and spike something called triglycerides, a type of fat in your blood which puts a ton of strain on your heart. The key is to enjoy them the way they were meant to be enjoyed, for special occasions only.
So, we've met the good guys and the bad guys. Now for the most important part. How do we actually do this? How do we put all this knowledge into practice? Let's figure out how to build a heart-healthy plate with some simple, easy changes. You know, this is where it all clicks into place. It's not about complicated rules. It's just about making smart swaps, choosing millets instead of white rice, grabbing some roasted chana or fruit instead of a samosa, enjoying some fresh buttermilk instead of a sugary soft drink,
Every single one of these small choices adds up to a huge difference for your health.
And just take a look at what a delicious, healthy day could look like. This is not about deprivation at all. We're talking ragi idli for breakfast, a full, satisfying lunch with millet rice and avial, and a light dosa for dinner. This is delicious, it's traditional, and it's incredibly good for you.
I know, making big changes can feel like a lot. So here's the secret. Don't try to do everything at once. Just start slow. Maybe replace one meal a week. Make your dosa with a little less oil next time. Try to cook at home more often so you're in control. These are all small, manageable steps that lead to a much healthier life.
And you know, this goes way beyond just our own plate. The smart swaps we make today, they create healthy habits. And those are habits that can be passed down, building a stronger, healthier future for our entire family, for generations to come.
All right, so let's recap with a simple do list. These are the things we want to embrace, to bring more of into our lives. Embrace those millets, eat more dal and vegetables, and choose steamed and fermented foods. Simple, positive actions.
And of course, the don't list is just as crucial. Think of this as the list of habits we want to start leaving behind. Don't deep fry everything. Don't use too much maida. And definitely don't drown your food in ghee. And please save those sweets for celebrations.
So, when you boil it all down, what's the one thing to remember? It's this. The key is moderation, mindful preparation, and smart substitutions. It's not about giving up the food you love. It's about enjoying it in a way that loves you back. So I want to leave you with a little challenge, a question to think about. Health isn't just a personal journey, it's a community effort. So what's one simple swap you learned today that you can share with your family or friends this week? By sharing this knowledge, maybe even by sharing this explainer, we hope create a healthier, happier circle around us. Because when we are healthy and the people we care about are healthy, we all thrive together.